Canada, the election clock is ticking, and the latest polling averages from April 11th, 2025 are shaking things up. We're diving deep into the numbers nationally and region by region to see who's riding high, who's slipping, and whether these trends could push party leaders to the edge of resignation. Will some candidates step down before the vote or fight to the finish? Let's unpack the drama. Nationally, the Liberals are commanding the stage at 43.9%, a strong lead that has Mark Carney's team feeling confident. But is it enough to silence critics calling for fresh blood? The Conservatives, polling at 37.5%, are close enough to keep Pierre Poilievre in the game, yet whispers of doubt linger. Can he close the gap or face pressure to resign if the numbers stall? The NDP's at 8.5%, leaving Jagmeet Singh scrambling to prove his party's relevance. Could a weak showing spark resignation talks? The Bloc Québécois holds 5.3%, a solid Quebec base for Yves-François Blanchet, while the Greens at 2.3% and PPC at 1.7% are struggling to break through. Other parties, just 0.8%, barely a blip. Let's zoom to British Columbia, where the Pacific winds carry tight competition. The Liberals shine at 42.6%, banking on urban strongholds like Vancouver, but the Conservatives' 38.3% shows they're fighting hard in the suburbs and interior. The NDP's 12.9% gives them hope for seats, but a slip here could have local candidates questioning their futures. The Greens poll at 4.2%, dreaming of a breakthrough, while the PPC's 1.1% and others 0.8% fade into the mist. In Alberta, it's conservative country with a whopping 55.5%, Poilievre's heartland, where anything less than a sweep might raise eyebrows among party brass. The Liberals' 30.5% is respectable, clawing at Calgary and Edmonton, but a drop could see weaker candidates bowing out early. The NDP's 9.1% fights for scraps, with Greens at 1.8%, PPC at 2.4%, and others at 0.7% barely registering. Saskatchewan and Manitoba keep the Conservative flame burning at 48.7%, dominating the Prairie's wide open spaces. The Liberals' 34.2% holds steady in cities like Winnipeg, but a faltering campaign might push fringe candidates to resign rather than face defeat. The NDP's 12.5% aims for relevance, with Greens at 2.4%, PPC at 1.8%, and others at 0.4% on the sidelines. Ontario, the electoral kingmaker, is a Liberal fortress at 48.6%, from Toronto's towers to Ottawa's halls. But at 38.3%, the Conservatives are clawing back, and a surge could keep Poilievre safe from resignation rumors. The NDP's 8.2% struggles for traction. Will Singh face calls to step aside if votes don't materialize? Greens at 2.5%, PPC at 1.6%, and others at 0.7% are long shots, but they're still in the ring. Quebec's a four-way tango. The Liberals lead with 42.1%, but the Bloc Québécois' 23.8% is a fierce challenge, with Blanchet's grip on Francophone voters rock solid. The Conservatives' 23.2% shows surprising strength, but a stall might see local hopefuls resign to avoid a rout. The NDP's 6.1% clings to Montreal dreams, with Greens at 2%, PPC at 1.9%, and others at 0.8% rounding out the pack. Atlantic Canada, it's a Liberal landslide at 54.6%. From Halifax docks to Newfoundland's cliffs, the Conservatives' 34.1% battles for second, but a collapse could have candidates jumping ship before Election Day. The NDP's 8.1% hopes for a miracle, while Greens at 1.2%, PPC at 1.5%, and others at 0.5% are all but adrift. Here's the kicker. These polls are a snapshot, not a script. With numbers this tight in key regions, every campaign move counts. Will underperforming candidates resign to save face or double down? Could party leaders face ultimatums if the gap widens? The road to Parliament is paved with tough choices, and the resign or rally question looms large. That's the state of play, Canada. Stay locked in as we track every twist and turn toward Election Day. The stakes are high, and the resignations or resilience could redefine the race.